And a very good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to our live coverage of the Viking, Tasmania's richest pairs tournament, and we are at the final stage. It is the final, and it is going to be a beauty. Josh Appleyard and Bailey Bellchambers, who we just saw in action a short time ago with that tremendous win over Barry Lester and Adam McEwen, 10-9, and they're going to take on a pair we saw a little earlier in the afternoon, Rob Soward, as we say good afternoon to you once again, Jared Howard and Josh Walker-Davis. So we've got three Tasmanians in the final, and of course $10,000 will go to the winner.
Good afternoon, Rick, and wow, what a final we've got in front of us. I mean, I'm still just gathering myself after that semi-final. We had just a terrific encounter here on the live stream before, where the much favoured Lester and McEwen, World Championships, runners-up, silver medalists, all sorts of things in their trophy cabinet, were beaten by the local boys, Josh Appleyard and Bailey Bellchambers, who were exceptional, I thought, in their bowling. But that said, we did call Jared Howard and Josh Walker-Davis in the match before, and they were terrific as well. So I think we're in for a great encounter.
Yep, they were. And just checking out Josh Walker-Davis, his match routine hasn't changed one bit.
No, he's
got the stubby there.
He's warming up.
As is Jared Howard. We saw him in that quarter final we called a little earlier today, Rob, didn't we? Their start, they didn't make the greatest of starts. They were 7 zip down very early after 3 ends, but fought back magnificently. And Jared Howard was leading beautifully for them. And this is going to be a great contest, I think, between these four. Of course, Jared Howard, the only non-Tasmanian, taking part, of course, from Longford, I should say. All Tasmanian affair this afternoon, because they defeated Jared Davies from Broadbeach and Isaac Maughan. So
I think he got thrown a bit by the Josh Walker-Davis.
And there's so many Jareds in here, and goodness, it's all. Yep. So it's brilliant, isn't it, to see these Tasmanians playing in the final.
It is. There's just an enormous amount of talent here, and I know we've said this on the two previous ones, but you look at the composition of this final, Rick, and it destroys that myth of bowls being an old man sport. We've been very fortunate today to call some extremely young and very talented bowlers. They're going to get underway here very shortly.
Look, and you've made the comment on a few occasions today around how the game can change so quickly, and that's exactly what has happened this afternoon.
Yeah.
It's been that sort of a day where the games have changed very, very quickly.
Yeah, and I think, you mentioned a moment ago that massively fast start that Maughan and his teammate got off 7-0 in that Walker-Davis semi-final. I mean, again, I'm a big fan. I think if you get off to the start, you make them chase you. And we saw in that previous one, that's exactly what Appleyard and Bellchambers did, didn't they? They opened up that bit of a lead over Lester and McEwen, and it was a lead that they couldn't quite bridge, and they fell a shot short in the finish. But we're in for a fantastic encounter here, and looking around the East Launceston Bowls Club at the moment, Rick, the support for this wonderful event has been terrific. The deck's packed. There are people inside looking out. People on the fringes of the green.
Yep, and, absolutely. We're just about
ready
set to go.
Yeah.
We are indeed. It's going to be an absolute beauty, this all-Tasmanian affair between Josh Appleyard and Bailey Bellchambers taking on Jared Howard and Josh Walker-Davis.
Looks like Bellchambers is going to have the first roll here.
All right, so we're underway.
Yeah, we've been talking all day about the breadth and depth of bowls here in Tasmania, and it's on display here on this show rink this afternoon. We've talked all day about the fact that there's been a few matches to get through to get here. We had a round-robin tournament of 5 games, and then a quarter-final, a semi-final, and now. So this is their 8th match of the tournament. So everyone should be in sync and in tune, and obviously have been bowling well to get to this pointy end. And Rick, you mentioned earlier, and we've touched on it a few times, there's $10,000 sitting there for the winner.
Absolutely, yeah.
10 large ones.
Exactly right. So, good start continuing from where he left off, Bailey Bellchambers. No fear, did he? Bowled exceptionally well
Yeah, and
in that semi-final.
I'm thinking back, Rick, and I'm sure someone will correct me on the live stream commentary if I'm off, but I've got an idea when he won that state title. Mark Knights was his opponent in the pairs. Yep. And Mark Knights, I mean, you wouldn't get too many better credentialed bowlers in Tasmania than Mark. Obviously, BPL level bowler, Burnie champion, Tasmanian, and Bailey Bellchambers just held his cool, and we saw that in their previous match. And again here today, he started well in this first end. A couple of nice bowls there sitting around the jack. So a good start. What it's all about. Josh Walker-Davis as well. He's bowled really well today as well, although that's not his best work.
The laconic
Very
Josh
much.
Walker-Davis.
I think, we've said one of the successes in any sport is being able to be relaxed, and if relaxation was a gold medal, Rick, I reckon Josh Walker-Davis would have a trophy cabinet full of them. He's a relaxed, calm individual and loves his bowls, and he's very, very talented.
My word.
He's a guy I'd love to see on the big stage. I'd love to see him, in a BPL, cup or something like that. I just think he could just do some great things. Super talented.
Yeah, they're blessed with emerging, developing talent in our state of bowls. Here on this fast track, and look at this one. That's going to come through the gap. Just the pace, though, just off. So here's Appleyard. Didn't he come up with some big time bowls in that semi-final?
Oh, he was just
not overawed at all, neither of them.
No, and the tougher it was, Rick, the better he liked it.
Yeah, it's a great start. Great start there from Appleyard. Get the shot here on the opening end of this final.
And you could just see with Appleyard too, he was such a confidence player, so sky high confidence after that last
my
match.
Word.
I'll be swinging, mate. We've got 3 on the tee. You get that hole, bad luck, just swing up through there.
Not quite winding up, but he's going to hit that front bowl, and it's not going to cause any damage. So a good start for Appleyard and Bellchambers on that first end.
Yeah, they've continued their good form from their semi-final, that's for sure, which was the match we covered. I think that was just the one shot on there. Correct us if we're wrong. We've talked about the advantage you have when you've got an umpire who's always holds up how many shots it is. The guys don't always do the same. We needed a stern word with them, I think.
Well, we did. Hasn't worked.
But there's certainly not much between these two sides, that's for sure. It's just promises to be an epic encounter. Lovely opening bowl there from Walker-Davis. Strangely enough, Bellchambers was a little off the radar of that first one.
He was, yeah. Here's Bailey Bellchambers from Port Sorell.
Yep.
Strong bowls community all down that northwest coast. It's just going to stay in play. At the back there, Josh Walker-Davis, no messing around. Straight up to the mat. Good bowl here. Good weight. And let's sneak in. He's got a couple of good opening bowls there.
And we made the point, these guys would be very, very familiar with each other. I mean, Appleyard, I think, Kings Meadows bowler, Howard and Walker Davis, the Longford Bowls Club. Bailey Bellchambers probably the only bloke that hasn't seen a lot of these two opponents. But would be very familiar, I'm sure, with their abilities and game styles.
Who would have thought at the start of this event yesterday morning that we'd have 4 Tasmanians in the final?
Well, I put my hand up and own it, Rick. I certainly didn't. I looked at the field and thought Lester and McEwen would certainly be in the final, and I think you highlighted a Canadian entrant as well.
Yep.
But to the credit of these 4, you know, they've deserved to be. They've won their way through with some great bowls.
Absolutely. So here's Appleyard winds up and it's one out of the way.
I think it probably highlights too, I reckon one of the things that I love about bowls is anyone can beat anyone on a given day, can't they?
That's exactly right. Great atmosphere. One of those sort of, well, you want the picnic rug, the beanbags are next to us as well. You don't really want
commentate from there.
Well, I'll probably fall asleep actually.
That sun, it's magnificent. It's worked its way around behind us too, so that cool breeze not as big a factor.
I think when we knock off here this afternoon, Rob, I'll join a couple of those people up on the deck for just a little quiet one.
I reckon that's a great idea.
So on the second end here, Appleyard and Bellchambers getting the shot. And this is a very good looking bowl. Just going to sneak through. Not quite in the count. That's a nice spot though. So Howard, Walker Davis holding 2 here. There's Jared Howard. Longford.
We noticed with Howard before, he got off to a slow start, but when he sort of found his range, and that's a beautiful shot.
It is.
When he found his range, Rick, that's when things really turned around for them.
It did, didn't it? Yep. We highlighted it was a slow start for them, but
It's the first time he's used them bowls. So.
finished really well.
First time he's used those bowls, we just heard. So love the effects, Mike, giving us that player insight.
Well, absolutely. And based on what we've seen today, Rob Sow, we've done 2 matches today, both 1-shot margins.
Yeah.
So on the law of averages, we should be in for a cracker here.
We should.
You touch the jack. You can draw it here if you want. You don't got to draw to mine.
Walker Davis giving him some
Yeah,
instructions.
it's great to pick up, isn't it? Great insight. Jared Howard has started this one very wide. It's not going to figure, but that's a great end for Howard and Walker Davis. They're on the board. Oh, there we go. In fact, Appleyard and Bellchambers picked up remarkably 5 shots on that stand.
No, well,
We've gone from
there
the
was a 1.
We've gone from the low scoring semi-final.
You wouldn't have picked that though, would you?
10-9.
Because there was no reaction.
No,
There was no reaction.
and it's 5-3. So an important 3 there for Howard and Walker Davis to get them on the board.
One of the things we saw in the in both of those matches that we covered was the end length and controlling the mat. The longer end looks the vogue here at the moment.
Yep, absolutely.
Stay there, mate. 1 metre.
Bit off the radar early doors on this third end. We did find on calling previous matches that the running to the clubhouse end was the one that caused the players the most trouble, but this longer end on the, I guess you'd say, the southern end of the green, that's better.
Beat your last one,
So,
mate. Close the shot.
pretty wide open sort of head here at the moment. Davis with his third bowl. Following it up. Toucher.
Yeah, mate. Good now.
We and Bill Chambers are holding the shot so far. Bill Chambers lets his last bowl go. Very, very short, I think. Now the radar, them boys must have switched the radar off between the ends. They're a bit all over the place so far on this third end, Rick Fontaine.
It's been an interesting start, hasn't it, Rob? 5 shots on the first end for Appleyard Bell Chambers, 3 for Howard Walker Davis, and here a bit of a licorice all sorts. It's, I wouldn't say a nervous beginning, but a bit hard to get an early read on this.
Yeah, it is. You know, I guess it's easy to say, well, you know, it takes them a while to find their own. So these guys, their 8th match, and they've obviously been playing on this surface today. So both obviously have played on this green, particular green today, rink today. So yeah, it's interesting. Better
Everybody, mate.
Howard, although Appleyard and Bill Chambers have still got the shot.
And this as well, sneak through the gap it does.
Good, mate.
Question I'd pose, you know, I'm sure that some of the listeners will be thinking too, Rick, is that when Appleyard and Bell Chambers bowled so well in that last match, can you maintain that intensity? That's the challenge, isn't it?
Yep. I guess the one advantage is it's a short turnaround between semi-final and final. So, you know, they've probably just gone off at a cold drink and come back out pretty soon after. Howard with a bit of weight behind this. Angle looks good, just missing.
Hey, mate, wait for Troy.
Third end here. Margin 2. Guard. Draw from that backhand side. Started it out. Very wide. Coming in now. It's a good looking bowl. Bailey trying to work it in. And just by his reaction, it's just missing out.
Do you like the same thing on the back end? Go get on the back end. Get one of my 2 through the jack.
Walker Davis wants him on the backhand.
All down the connection.
Don't mind the line here. I think he likes it too. Going to do something.
Good result.
Well, it did do something. Not quite the result.
Well, he set Appleyard a challenge. So it looks like Walker Davis is one of his leading bowls there, holding shot at the moment. See what Appleyard's answer to that is.
Well, he's delivered most of the day, hasn't he? Had a great day on the greens.
I'm sure he's liking that. Wonder Howard and Walker Davis, I think.
3 down, 3 ends done. So 5-4 here in this final after 3 ends.
The inaugural edition of the Viking tournament, Rick. $10,000 to the winner, as we've said, $3,000 to the runner-up. The richest pairs competition going around, I'm told.
Gonna be a nice, nice payday. The runners up as well with the 3,000. So no real losers, are there?
No, it's fantastic, and certainly by the look of the crowd size and the engagement here, the crowd are just loving every minute of this.
Yeah, it's been a brilliant day. And It's coming in now. Beautiful weight there. That's an outstanding bowl from Bailey Bellchambers.
Yeah, that's better. He had a couple of very wayward bowls in that, in that last end, but he's got the radar working again. That's just magnificent.
Just going to skip past this one from Walker Davis.
Again, mate.
Been a picture of consistency today.
Yes.
Two good shots, bro.
Pretty good line again. Just that
Yep,
extra
well
weight.
played.
Nice spot there.
Nice back bowl for later. Both of these combinations have shown us they don't mind driving.
The younger generation, they like to take that element of risk a little bit more too. They're more
Buckle a bit, mate.
probably attuned to it.
Very risk reward.
Beat that one, mate. Juice.
Just running out of a bit of gas there, finishing about a metre and a half short.
TV's loud.
Howard and Appleyard making their way up to take their bowls. Another long end. Going to carry through.
There's pretty still conditions now. Only a light breeze. It picked up there for a while, sort of around early mid-afternoon, but nice conditions afternoon. Sun bathing the East Launceston Bowls Club.
You would not get a better place to be this afternoon in Launceston, I wouldn't think,
No,
Rick.
we saw some shots a little earlier today, looking down the river, and spectacular venue, the East Launceston Bowls Club.
We did mention in the earlier matches just what a wonderful job the team here at East and their volunteers have done pulling this together here today. They were busy running around, getting things organised and making it what is a terrific event. Crowd fully
Even go
engaged,
again,
lots
or
of
get to
people
me
here. So everyone having a good time.
Indeed. Walker Davis just Jared Howard just off the pace a little bit there, overshooting it. Here's it. Appleyard. One's going to finish at a metre or so short as well.
Only two, mate. You pot the jack. Under pitting. Hey? Under pitting. You pick your hand. Whatever looks best.
There you go. Whatever you want.
Gotta hang.
Good instructions. And a miss.
Only one worse, though.
Is that a couple, do you think, to Appleyard and Bellchambers?
Right, here's Appleyard now. Drawing the backhand, makes its way down.
Get down, mate. Well played, mate.
Needs to come in now. It's a good looking bowl. Good shot.
A three. Not Not sure on that one. I thought that was maybe a 3. Like to have that confirmed.
Looks like it. So we're at a scoreline after 4 ends of 9-4. So Appleyard and Bellchambers have just re-established that early break that they got at the start. So 9-4. Good first bowl there from Josh Walker-Davis. Wheeling that one in, just falls a little short.
Been really good today, Bailey Bellchambers. I mean, he's
Model of consistency. You're right. I think you made that call earlier. But
short.
yeah, and first 2 good first bowls from Walker-Davis. Bellchambers, the Northwest Coast, Port Sorell.
The handy bowl for later. But you get the feeling Howard and Walker-Davis has got to do something here. You just can't do this and chasing the tail for the rest of the match. A bit heavy as well. He's loving every second of this Josh Appleyard, isn't he, Rick? He's just been terrific today.
Yep, really enjoying himself. No messing around, steps up to the plate.
A really nice bowl there from Appleyard. Howard, plenty to do. Off his line. Thought he was going to come in off that Bellchambers bowl, but he went the wrong side of it. That's what Howard needed to do.
Really
Beautiful bowl.
Yeah, beautifully bowled.
It's only one, mate.
Done that all day.
You give me a chance.
You get the feeling, Rick, if Appleyard and Bellchambers get up, it's going to be with shots like that.
Yeah.
Appleyard's just been able to deliver time after time.
Good bowl here too. He's going to take it. Look at that. Brilliant from Jared Howard.
That's exactly what Howard needed to do.
1 down. Looks like 2 up at the moment.
Yeah, terrific.
Howard and Walker-Davis. Anything you can do, Josh? I can do better.
And that's what Howard did, didn't he, in that bit of a run on they got when they were down 7 0 in there at quarter final. He's just been amazing at being
He's just very calm, isn't he?
Yep.
Just no fuss. Just goes about it very nicely.
Hurry, mate. Hurry. Hurry,
If you're looking for a bit of a touch here, can he get one? He can't. Scoots through the door.
Sorry, mate. Three.
So, full opportunity here for Howard. If they could come away with 3 here, it's been that sort of a game where it's been one has a good end. You just need, it's going to a bit too wide. So, I reckon it's a couple of shots going the way of Howard and Walker-Davis.
A couple. Exactly what they needed. It just changes the narrative, you know, if you can just keep that gap close. Just means you're not chasing shots, doing strange things to try
That's
and
right. Yep.
get some scores on the board.
Both combinations quite happy with the longer ends.
Yeah, that was the thing we noticed in the previous matches, wasn't it, Rick? They both liked the longer ends. The shorter ends were the ones that caused them a bit of trouble.
Exactly. Good start there from Walker Davis.
Crowd have certainly been spoilt with the close matches that we've covered
We,
here
have been
on this rink.
Very fortunate. Yes, Courtney Hobbs, the president of the East Launceston Bowls Club, he knows how to get the close ones on the stream. So, and this one, hard to really predict because it has been up and down like a yo-yo the first 5 ends. A lovely bowl there.
Yeah, Courtney and the team have done a fantastic job, Rick, of pulling this event off. And I know in chatting with them as we did during the day, they're looking at this as being the starting point of something that's going to be bigger and better and even more special in the future.
Yep, year one always new event. Presents a lot of challenges but opportunities as well, and they've delivered very well. That's a nice bowl from Bill Chambers. Walker Davis just, I think they just stepped away a little, but the wind, the breeze just picked up a little.
It's done that all day. You called there before it had eased off, which it had. The flags were just hanging there, and now they're pretty active in the breezing game.
You lose that, mate, you got a front upper. That hand's fucked. The effort.
Bowl. Handy to back if it stays up.
No, not really. You'd be stiff to put one there. Fuck. Jacko.
There you go. You heard it on the Walker Davis just getting a mate to go and get him some liquid refreshment.
Hurry. Hurry. That's all right.
Feel there's plenty of electrolytes in that.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt.
Plenty of hops, I know, but I'm not about electrolytes. But anyway.
You add 3 or 4 feet, you're perfect.
Handy back bowl. Not sure if Howard's happy with that. He didn't like it when he let it go, but we'll have a look. A nice line.
Yeah, beautiful line. Look at that. He'll be very happy with that.
He didn't look overly thrilled when he let it go, but it certainly turned out okay. I think that's the tricky game, as we've said all day, coming into the end with the breeze. It's not always, things aren't always what they seem.
So, Walker Davis trying to separate them here. Well, that'll kill that. Been good on the drive. Nearly every time he's gone down that path today.
Give that a turn. Really good.
Yeah, he has been really, really smart with not only how he's performed it, but how he's used it. Walker Davis's schooner's arrived, so he's happy with that.
Use the word beautiful.
That affects Mike really, really one of my favourites, and the round table boys doing a super job on their work here today.
Low wind.
A bit
Low.
off there.
Oh, that was close. That was close.
Getting louder, isn't he?
He is.
Mind games, interesting. Little comment there, a couple of words.
Yeah.
Very true. Wonder how much of that showmanship and sportsmanship's going to come into it over the latter stages. They all know each other very well, of course.
It's a key part of bowls, isn't it?
Yep.
It's the mind stuff as well as this stuff. Going to miss everything. Game of strategy.
I think might be a couple of shots there, I think, for Howard and Walker Davis. So
Look like a couple.
again, the match is just ebbed and flowed, hasn't it, really?
Yeah, it's been a strange match. It's not something. If someone said to you right now, who do you think's got the upper hand, you really wouldn't be confident, would you, Rick, in saying?
No idea at the moment. It has been very much Appleyard, Bellchambers one end, Howard, Walker Davis the next. 9-7 the score after 6 ends. Good start for Walker Davis. Been very impressed with the temperament of this young man, Bailey Bellchambers.
Yeah, he's been fantastic in that lead position. Look at that. Unlucky, but
Was a little stiff.
in that lead position, though, like he's just been terrific. That one's well short from Walker Davis. That's another thing we talk about a lot, Rick. I know this is different sort of bowls, but when you get people, perhaps in an event like this, who are used to being skips or whatever, it can be a bit tricky because you're called upon to do a different role. Now that can certainly have some impact on where you're putting them down. Fairly short as well.
Round that if you like.
Reminiscent of, I think, a couple of ends ago where could have driven a bus between them.
Absolutely could have.
Might just be taking a little while to adjust into the breeze one way and with the breeze the other.
Pretty positive on your back there.
But that's better from Walker Davis.
Use those bowls or you get the jack.
Who's in the bowl?
He's yeah.
Much better.
Better off in the ditch. Close.
Chambers following this one up.
Teeth, Bales, teeth.
Fraction narrow,
Good
but
boy.
nice. Got a beautiful bowl. Beautiful bowl, Bailey Bellchambers. I thought that might have just missed, but just collecting it and putting the jack into the ditch. So let's just see what happens here. He's been fantastic, Bailey Bellchambers, playing that lead role in the Bellchambers Appleyard combination today. That's no exception. That's a beautiful bowl. Oh, interestingly poised, 9 shots to 7. Appleyard and Bellchambers up over Howard and Walker Davis. Howard wastes no time at all. His backhand. And a run out of juice. Well short of the ditch. Those of you who might be looking at your screen thinking, where's that jack gone? Bailey Bellchambers put it in the ditch a moment or two ago. See the yellow marker there just behind it, highlighting where it is. Better from Jared Howard. Much better, weight.
You love that, mate. You need a foot on your last. Oh, drifting. Hey, bite.
Very wide there.
Trying.
Josh Appleyard. Not sure what his weight's going to be like. Pulled up though, that's okay. Beautiful bowl. Beautiful bowl. Just pulled it up. Looked like it was ditch bound. He just pulled it up. Great bowling. Back to Howard, who's got his last bowl on this end.
Yeah.
Backhand as well. Looks like it's got a bit of mustard on it though. I'm not sure if this one's going to pull up. Not quite. Unlucky, almost put Appleyard's bowl in the ditch. Josh Appleyard. Nice weight. Really nice weight. Not quite.
Two, mate. Good shot.
So they picked up a couple there. Appleyard and Bellchambers. That was a two.
Yeah, so I die. Yeah, let him go from white was alright, so I was like, oh, just didn't know whether he'd come back. That one now, I just trusted it and tossed it out.
I think there was a two on that one to Appleyard and Bellchambers, so that moves them on to 11. Howard and Walker Davis on to 7. So again, as Rick Fontaine and I have said throughout the course of this match, it's really, really hard to get a feel on who's got the upper hand, because it's just a swing and a roundabout, isn't it, Rick?
Almost feel like no one has the upper hand at the moment. It's been that sort of a match where it's sort of, you just think Appleyard Bellchambers are building a lead, and then it's whittled back, and again they've established a margin now of 4.
Certainly a handy little buffer, but you wouldn't be carrying a lot of confidence with that, would you?
No.
As we speak, that breeze gusts up again. That's going to be all right there for Walker Davis. It's pulled his bowl up. Certainly, you don't want to let Appleyard and Bellchambers get away with any sort of a break here. Every time they sort of open up that 3 or 4 shot lead.
You don't want to give them 2 or 3 ends in a row, do you? 'Cause they'll be hard to peg back, but this is a beautiful bowl there by Bailey.
Yeah, he's just been terrific today. I know that Port Thrill will be getting their season underway shortly, so they'd be rapt at his form today.
Absolutely.
Expecting him to take a senior role in their tilt at the title this year. Very strong competition on the northwest coast. We saw last year Burnie probably be the front runners for most of the season until Devonport got hold of them in the grand final. Devonport there bowling at the magnificent Country Club Centre there, relatively new centre with a fantastic indoor facility. Took the chocolates, so Burnie be very hungry, I'm sure. Wynyard we talked about earlier, very strong. So independent season getting underway in the not too distant future.
Appleyard chasing this one down. He likes it. He's got a good pace on this. Great effort. Great effort.
Howard's going after it.
He is. And that's a little bit of dislodgement.
Reminds me of my breaking 8 ball there, Rick, and put the white ball in the pocket. That one, she's sort of opened him up a bit, hasn't it?
Yes. Yeah, I could break him up, but I'm not sure how many of mine would end up in the actual dropping in the pocket.
Bit the same. Speaking of people that's bowled well today, this fella will have to be pretty high on your credentials list of credentials today. He's been terrific. It was fantastic in that last match.
Just going to go a little bit light.
Only one, mate.
So, looks like Appleyard and Bellchambers holding 1 at the moment. Come and have a little, Howard's a little bit of a bow peep from the 8th end.
Ooh. Just missed.
Very narrow miss there. Impressed with Appleyard's approach to the game too. Like, he's very decisive.
Yeah, very much so.
Got it well thought out ahead of his bowl what he's going to do, and he just steps up to the mat, gets on with it.
And that in itself is a good strategy, isn't it? Because straight away you're putting pressure back on your opponent.
And you're not overthinking. You don't want doubts in your mind. This is a good bowl too.
Beautiful. Call have come on Howie. The sidelines there. He's got a bit to do here.
He's got a bit to do.
Jared Howard.
Wow, you start and run for anything to see what happens.
People starting to settle into the beanbags here in the late afternoon sunshine, just gone 5 o'clock. Where else would you rather be on a Sunday afternoon without a cloud in the sky?
I was just thinking the same thing, Rick. Nice bowl. Not getting the result that he wanted. I think that was 1. I wouldn't say for sure. I'm not certain on that. Said they're making us work for it here today. We'll find out in a moment when they wander up that other end.
Even when they walk past. Notice they're just covering the little scorecards up there as well.
We need to train them better next year and get them to hold a couple of fingers up.
That's a little bit of feedback there.
Nice, aren't they? All right. Yeah, dangerous.
Wait for the update there, Rick. They're just over there at the scoreboard at the moment.
Right, Rob Sauer, just the one shot, so 12-7 as we head to the 9th.
Yeah, it's a bit of a danger in this one. I know we've sort of said you don't really get a sense of one side dominating, but there's a couple of good ends there from Appleyard and Bellchambers. 5-shot lead. Plenty of bowls left in this, but I know if I was Jared Howard and Josh Walker-Davis, I wouldn't want to be falling any further behind.
No. Lovely bowl there once again from Bailey, Mr. Consistent.
Up to you, mate. You're either just around your own or you follow him down. Close.
Davis now. A little bit narrow this one and short by around a metre or so, maybe a touch over. A little bit of a shorter end here. Bailey Bellchambers looks at a very nice line here. Question of length. Pretty good bowl, just dipping away, but still within about 1.5 feet. So he was short with the last one, but he's going to go roll past by a couple of feet.
I'll have to ask him later if he's got any sponsorship arrangements with the city of Dubbo. He's got the Dubbo jumper on today. One of the great things with these bowls tournaments is the array of bowls shirts that you see. And,
Yes.
stack of them sitting around the green here at the moment from all
Aren't
clubs
they?
around the place.
Yeah, you wouldn't know, would you? Might just feel, oh, I feel like we're in this today.
Often you see them, they trot out the BPL jerseys. That's, as you mentioned earlier, Rick, that's not too far away.
No, it's not. Of course, the Tridents will be back in action. Great addition to the BPL.
Draw a second.
I think they have had a bit of a selection change too. I'll have to check that out in a second. I think they might have shaken things up a little, but I'll come back to that one in a moment.
Right effort, mate. Pretty similar, mate.
Yeah, no, I was right. So for BPL 18 that's coming up very shortly, Ulverston's Robert McMullen has been selected to replace Taylor Mail and will join Michael Sims and Rebecca Van Ash. With
Great
Mark
news for
Scotch.
Rowdy.
Yeah.
Great fella. And, yeah, down at Ulverston this year. But,
I was going to say he was at Invermail.
yeah, no,
wasn't
actually got
he?
a
Teammate of yours.
few coaching lessons from Rowdy. Terrific fella.
Wish him well up the coast there.
We had, I know, he and his wife Jess McMullen, Jess, a fanatical Richmond supporter, met Richo the other day and informed me that she has a garden gnome out the back called Richo with number 12 on the back.
That's just terrific.
And got a great photo, should share it, where Richo actually signed Richo the gnome in the front, so it's going to take pride of place in the garden
That's
for
fantastic.
them. So
He's anything but a gnome, isn't he? What he'd be about? He'd be about 6'5" in the old money,
6'5", he is spot on, Rob Soward. So on the 9th end here, a nice bowl, just pace, just scoots past, almost identical to his last bowl.
Draw a second, mate. Could be 4.
Final bowl of this end. From Jared Howard.
Not what he wanted.
No.
Taking 2 out.
Umpire.
The call's gone out for the umpire.
Yes.
I don't know if he's having a beer as he was before.
Well, a couple of shots, so I think 2 at the moment, maybe 3. But at this stage, you would definitely call the umpire, wouldn't you?
Absolutely.
Where is he? Through the effects, Mike?
Hopefully he's not out having a couple of shots.
Well, he's not in a hurry.
No,
I think he's here.
I hope so.
They're a bit of a search party. Yes. Well,
Crowd's getting
I
restless.
reckon there's
Rick
going to be
Fontaine.
some Bronx cheers coming up very shortly as he enters the arena. I'm sure he's going to get a warm welcome from this crowd.
There we go. No, different umpire.
Decides to take the poncho off as well. Here she comes to a rousing reception from the crowd.
Yeah. I've noticed substitute umpire.
Yes,
Rick,
I think she might be covering here.
Crowd got a bit restless there, waiting for the umpire. They want to see some action. There's a game on the line here. Some big numbers sitting on the outcome of this.
Absolutely.
The back bowl's got it.
It's an important stage of the match, isn't it?
Well, it is. If Appleyard and Bill Chambers pick 3 up here, like all of a sudden, it's almost game over, isn't it, really? Plenty of bowls left, but it's just the momentum swing.
Yeah, you just feel if one of these pairs can win 2 or 3 ends, it's just about going to be enough, isn't it?
Yeah, it's certainly, you get that impression because we've talked all game, there hasn't been one side that's been dominant.
No.
This one, could be the factor.
No, I can't.
Tell you what, the measuring gear's an interesting looking stuff, isn't it?
It's a fair old device. I reckon this must be very close.
Bit of by-play there on the sidelines while we're waiting for the outcome of this one. Oh, it was definitely 2. Round of applause there for the umpire. They perform a very important role in the game of lawn bowls, Rick, as you know, the umpires. They
do.
Sort of sit patiently all day until they're called upon.
I reckon she's taken one for the team there.
I think you're right. She's got the sombrero back on and back relaxing, hopefully, and that might be her done for the day. The beautiful opener there from Bailey Bill Chambers.
Little match delay not affecting him.
He's on song today. Walker Davis with the early drive there. You obviously got a sense, Josh, that things are getting away from them a bit here.
Yes. Yep. No, indeed.
Nice shots, brother.
Oh, as he's done most of the day,
Yeah,
Bill
he
Chambers,
has.
he's just putting it on the
It's
spot.
been so consistent.
Yeah, righto.
Great day for Tasmania, as you alluded to earlier, Rick. That cricket score was fantastic. The Jack Jumpers got up, for those people
Another
who are
win for
wondering
them.
how they're going today.
2 in 3 days. Great bowl there.
And my source tells me that Milton Doyle shot 14 points in the last quarter. Can you believe it? Got the Jack Jumpers
Outstanding.
over the
You
line.
were there on Friday night, of course.
Yeah, it was a terrific game. Packed stadium as well. Tassie people love their sport, Rick, as you and I
where
both
they
know.
do. Yes.
Hurry.
Good circuit. Thanks for
I'm down, mate.
And we alluded earlier about Tasmania making a 435 for 9 in the one day against South Australia. Well, I'll tell you, South Australian reply of 3 for 319
Wow.
of 36 overs. So their current run rate, 886. They need 8.36. So they're well on the way.
That's insane. We'll have to do some
Look at
research to
that for
find
a
out what
bowl.
they're batting on.
How good's that?
Oh,
Here we come. Here we come. Funny old game.
A bit of by play there from Josh Walker-Davis. Here we come. Funny old game. Yeah, it's starting to get a little bit rowdy here. The settlers that have been here all day following this great day of bowls. We could be in for a little grandstand finish here. Can't stop smiling, Appleyard down the other end, but let's see what he can do. Can he nail it? Quite. It was online if he hadn't made contact with that front bowl.
got rid of his own, or his own teams.
That one? No. I'm happy if you draw the tee, because then we can rip it out.
Yeah, each team certainly has a pretty relaxed character amongst them. Rick?
Indeed.
You've referenced both Josh and the two Joshes. It must be a Josh thing.
Yeah, big shout out to the team away from the microphones here today as well. Done a great job all day. Team from Roundtable Studio. James Calvert on the camera. Nick Waldron managing everything expertly. I know they were here since 6 o'clock this morning setting up. But Nick Glover here on the camera. He's been wandering around. I reckon he's up to about 25,000 steps on the pedometer today.
Yeah, he's on his second Fitbit, I think. He's cooked the other one.
Yeah. Surprised he's not doing a Josh Walker-Davis with a beer in hand.
Deserve it after all that walking he's been doing. Delivering the pitches, the great pitches.
Shot.
A nice little block there. Following this down rapidly.
Please.
Appleyard.
Inside.
Oh, wow.
What a bowl.
What an effort.
Fucking oath, that was close. Jesus. Still drawing there. You got one. Jack didn't move. Hey? Yeah, it did. It only moved to that far. Yeah, you got two more. Mine's a toucher.
Josh Appleyard obviously not looking at the family-friendly rating on that one. You really felt for him, though. He did it all, didn't he? He did the work.
Yep. Hopefully that didn't shut the stream down.
Hopefully all clear, play on, I think, is the call we want. Nothing to see.
Was an outstanding bowl, wasn't it?
That's how we got here.
Good one too.
Right effort.
That is a really good effort from Howard.
A fraction short, I think. It's the one, the Howard and Walker-Davis. An important one in the scheme of things. That margin started to open up a bit. Here we come was Josh Walker-Davis's cry after that beautiful shot bowl that he drew. So let's just see if he's on the money.
Confident.
So 10 ends done, and it's a very handy lead to Appleyard and Bell Chambers. Margin is 7. We've got a very short end. We kitty up about as short as I've seen it today.
You wonder if they're not just doing this just to try and change it up because they've got to do something, Rick, because we've both said they've both preferred longer ends.
Well, we've got a bird's eye view of it here from our commentary position, which is absolutely fantastic, Rob.
Yeah, we could almost reach over and shake hands with the guy standing there behind the head.
Walker-Davis, that's a good bowl.
Beautiful bowl.
Bill Chambers comes up with a beauty. Gus pushes it poor, but it's enough to give him the shot. Walker Davis watching this one absolutely intently, and it's just going to trickle past, but 5 good bowls so far. Bailey comes in and touches that one in. Very good shot.
Yeah, it was a very good bowl, Bailey. That's been his modus operandi all day. He's just been delivering bowl after bowl, end after end. Young fellow. Nothing sort of flusters him,
Well, as I
does
say,
it?
just has not been overawed at all, has he? With the setting, probably hasn't played in front of this many people before. Has really handled it all extremely well. Yeah, well, it's not a bad hit, is it?
No, I was a little bit critical a couple of ends ago when they were rolling this way, and certainly nice, tight, not much between any of the bowls on this end. Just bunched him up there. Not much between them at all here,
No.
but Howard and Walker Davis need multiples. They're not going to just get it done here with singles. Just on cue, that's what Walker Davis just says. You know, he's telling Howard where he needs to put it to try and get them 2 or 3.
Good line.
Ooh.
Oh, bold.
Ooh. That's the bowl. That is the bowl. Might be a couple. Tricky angle we're on here. The bowl there at Appleyards.
I think
might be
it's
in the mix.
worth at least 2. At least.
Ooh. Look at that. What a shot's the call.
Yeah.
What a shot, all right. Exactly not what Howard and Walker Davis would have wanted there. And we're running out of ends, Rick Fontaine.
We've been treated, that's for sure, Rob. Very great feature matches here this afternoon.
It's the ability to be able to do things like that when they are needed to. Like he's only, last shot, got to do something. That's what he's done.
Great starter, Bales.
The crowd like that one.
Go, mate.
It's a great spot to be in when you're up, to be able to just make sure your bowls are on the spot, make sure they're consistent, make sure you're not going to give up a big number.
Exactly.
They're running out of ends. Walker Davis and Howard, they need some numbers on this end. Swing that pressure back onto Appleyard and Bell Chambers. They've shown all day that they can handle pressure. drive on it in many cases, in many instances that we've seen where they've been challenged. Get off the mark there from Bailey. Handy back bowl if required. Walker Davis will know the importance of setting his teammate up here to try and rip some multiples in. That's going to be short.
Probably holding at the moment, potentially. A bit deceiving.
Sorry, I won't let anyone touch it.
Beautiful bowl here from Bailey Bellchambers. Just willing it forward was Josh.
Just half a roll short, I think. Handy back bowl if required. Both sides have shown their willingness to drive if need be. The occasion demands
They
it.
have, haven't they? Yep. Goes at umbrella.
It's that wind we were talking about, Rick. It's the gust of it. Crowd here, greenside, that's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Getting to the business end of this one.
Yep. The 12th end at the moment. Free to go after this. Appleyard and Bellchambers with a good advantage. Certainly can't declare a match-winning lead just yet.
Wait, dude. Take off.
You get the feeling though, if Appleyard and Bellchambers can snag a couple on this end,
Yeah.
it's going to make it really difficult.
It's been a big weekend in conditions. Yeah, they'll be feeling it a little bit, these boys. They've had a big weekend of bowls. Sunshine all weekend as well. You'd think tiredness would be creeping in, but they've kept up a great standard across the 2 days, that's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely, Rick. And it's, you know, it is out of season for them too, like, you know, and it hasn't started yet, so it will be a bit of a toll. They'll be foot sore tomorrow,
Yep.
I reckon.
And she's just going to roll through as well, so
You draw a front off you, mate.
Although I reckon the pain in your feet would be eased by that
Yep.
$10,000 in your hand, or $5,000 each per each player.
a little opportunity for Howard. They, I think, are holding a couple at the moment. Howard Walker Davis. If they are, you could get in for 3. This one might just sneak through the door here. Just going to pull up a little short.
A bit more weight behind that.
So 12 ends done. We're getting closer to the end, so I think we're set for a good finish here. And we're heading to the 13th end. A couple of bowlers might just be getting a little refreshment here.
Going back to the longer end. Just trying to shake it up a bit, aren't they?
Yeah.
Good strategy. But Appleyard and Bellchambers have certainly shown they're up to the task.
It's a big lead. I mean, the lead is 9 after 12 ends. They've got 3 ends to go. It all has to happen here now for Howard and Walker Davis.
Yeah, they need a big number on this one, and then Bailey Bellchambers is having none of that though. With the beautiful, this is a beautiful first bowl. They need a big number on this one. You just want to start to swing some pressure back, Rick, don't you?
Yeah, they need to arrest the momentum now, and it has to happen this end. They just must win this end.
Another beautiful
Delivered
bowl
another
for
beautiful bowl, hasn't he?
He's just made a habit of that. His first 2 bowls on a number of the ends today, Rick, have just been spot on. Walker Davis
Absolutely,
with a
they
big
have.
drive there has missed everything. Walker Davis obviously quite right in his thinking. They've got to throw the kitchen sink at this this end. And it's going to run out of beans, and it has pulled up short. They're holding 2 at the moment. Appleyard and Bellchambers.
That drive from Walker Davis was almost a little air of desperation a little bit there. Just try and change it up a little bit and get that confidence. Certainly that zing has just disappeared a little bit. As I said, Rob, it's got to happen this end. They just have to walk away with something.
Yeah, and to be realistic, they need something like a 4 or a 5. No, really. Just put that pressure back on.
Yep. See what Howard can do here. He gets a nice little touch there, but doesn't quite. So he's probably taken 1 out there. Bellchambers would be holding 1 shot at least.
Hang on, Pippi. Well played here, mate. Jack.
Beautiful bowl.
A magnificent bowl, isn't it? And I think we spoke a little earlier in the afternoon about being in sync, Rob. And these two have been like that throughout both of the matches we've seen. He goes Howard with a drive. And that's well wide. So,
Okay, mate.
sense almost an air of
What can you do?
resignation, almost, probably not quite the right word just yet, but it's very close now. Holding a couple here, and certainly if they get multiple shots, it's another beautiful bowl, isn't it? And I reckon they're in for at least 3 here. We go for another drive.
It's easy for us. We're just sitting here on the
And
sidelines. We're not out.
they've shaken hands. That's it. So Howard and Walker Davis have conceded, and that is a very well-deserved victory for Josh Appleyard and Bailey Bellchambers. What an exciting moment for them, Rob. They ended the weekend. They probably would never have dreamt that they'd be at this stage.
No, absolutely not. And, their credentials in knocking off Lester and McCune were top-notch. And all smiles. Take nothing away either from the runners-up. I mean, it's been a fantastic
Been a
weekend for both
magnificent.
pairs.
Oh, it's been a tremendous weekend. So, look, I might leave it with you because I think I'm going to be going out to do the presentations, Rob. But been great working with you once again. And, of course, the entire team from Roundtable Studio bringing this to you. But well done to Josh Appleyard and Bailey Bellchambers, defeating Jared Howard and Josh Walker Davis. I'll leave it with you.
Thanks very much, Rick, and as always, a pleasure to work with you and the team. Get ourselves ready for the presentations.
Mate, what? Pete, Dave.
Just waiting on the presentations here in the inaugural edition of the Viking here at the East Launceston Bowls Club, and deserved winners Josh Appleyard and Bailey Bellchambers over Jared Howard and Josh Walker-Davis. So Rob Soward here, Rick Fontaine's just left the commentary position to go out and do the presentations, present the medals to the winners. It's just about to get on the microphone, so that'll be a signal for me to be quiet. About to present the medals and the $10,000 cheque to the winners. It's been a massive 3 days here for the East Launceston Bowls Club, so once again a big shout out for their excellent work, their team of volunteers in pulling this together. What's been a fantastic event, sportsmen's nights and absolute top drawer standard bowls over the competition. 5 rounds of roster matches and then obviously into the finals. And I think there was also a bit of pre-play, given the high level of interest in entries for the competition as well. So about ready, I think, for the presentation. It'll be a fitting end to what's been a spectacular carnival. Tasmanian Pennant Bowl season not too far away, a couple of weeks away. And no doubt these 4 players that we've seen in this final will be figuring prominently, as they usually do for their clubs in the upcoming season. All very highly credentialed players, as we've noted throughout the day. About all in readiness, I think. We're just waiting on the players.
Okay, thanks very much, everyone.
You're welcome.
We're going to have our presentations now. Firstly, just want to say a big thank you to everyone that's come out and supported the event. It's the first time that the Viking has been held, and I think you'd agree that the East Launceston Bowls Club have done an outstanding job of putting bowls on the map. So please give a big round of applause to Courtney and Paul in particular for the East Launceston Bowls Club. The board and everyone members that have volunteered across this event. It's certainly put bowls in northern Tasmania, indeed Tasmania, on the map. We've been blessed with amazing weather as well. So a big thank you to all of you. It takes sponsors to also put on an event like this. It is the richest pairs event in the state. So I want to acknowledge the sponsors in Furniture City, Harcourts, the Plough Inn, Clayton, and also Pulmar, our sponsors for this year, and a big thank you as well to our charity partner in St Michael. So please can we show our appreciation for all of them. And also to our players. Brilliant to have players here from right around Tasmania, but interstate as well. And survivors coming from overseas, we're absolutely thrilled to have had you here down in Tasmania. We've been live streaming the event. I know a lot of people have been tuning into it and seeing this amazing club. You wouldn't get many better venues than where we've got this bowls club here at East Launceston. So thank you to everyone that's made the effort to come and take part in the event across the weekend here in Launceston. I'm going to invite Rosemary Armitage LLC, member for Launceston, also the #1 ticket holder for the East Launceston Bowls Club. Welcome to you, Rosemary. And she's going to assist with the presentations, as is Courtney Hobbs, the president of the East Launceston Bowls Club as well. So our first presentation is that we're going to make this afternoon. Who would have thought at the start of the weekend that we'd have 4 Tasmanians playing in the final with such elite talent? It's been a magnificent contest, and we know that we've got a lot of great young talent involved here in Tasmania. They put on a great show all weekend. Our runners-up are going to share $3,000, and we'd like to congratulate Janet Howard and Joshua Davis, if you can come forward, please. Well done, guys. Sure, one of you would like to maybe say a few words? Jared?
Fire up, son!
He's a very good player, as we all know. And David, well done, mate. Courtney and everyone that's done this and made it possible, thank you very much. All the sponsors, thank you. And yeah, that's about it.
Well done, Jared, thank you. Well done, Josh. Great weekend and some great goals. Out to our winners. Nice of a payday for them as well. They put on a great show. They bowled superbly together all weekend. And they're very, very deserving winners. To sharing $10,000 prize money, would you please put your hands together for our champions in the inaugural Viking, Josh Appleyard and Bailey Bellchambers.
Hey, boy!
Not only sharing $10,000, but there's absolutely beautiful medallions. Yeah, this will be handy. I won't go on the ATM, but great weekend, and congratulations, boys. You bowled absolutely beautifully across over the weekend, and we'll get you the Hobart tip. and maybe get one of your say a few words. Josh?
I'll say a few words. Just want to thank East Costa for calling through.
Where's my phone?
Really, sitting up here, give it up within 45 minutes was unbelievable. And everyone else who come with that, you know, all the supporters here, that's our meeting. But as some may know, or might know, but I've finished up in bowls. So this is my last two. But yeah, right.
I think we appreciate what you've done for bowls as well, and all four of you great ambassadors for lawn bowls here in Tasmania, and fitting weight for you guys, Josh, and well done to our champions once again in Josh Appleyard and Bailey Bellchambers. Thanks very much everyone once again. Thanks for supporting and following these tours together. As they here, bigger and better. Enjoy the rest of the afternoon. What a beautiful afternoon to continue enjoying yourselves here on the deck. Looking over the city. So enjoy the rest of your day, and thanks again for supporting this first event of the Viking. Thank you.
Chicken.